What's going on? You said, are you the one that said that you had something that was gonna blow my mind?
Am I on right now?
Yeah, you're on.
Oh, my name's Lil Hazy, bro. I don't know if you ever heard of me. You ever heard of me?
Nah.
Anyways, I'm a guy a lot of these people, I'm a country rapper in this game, a lot of these people started a lot of shit with. And I'm telling you, the game they're playing on Upchurch, just a second, whew, I ran outside, I'm out of breath. They're going to use the CPS card, man. They did the same thing. They offered my girl of 8 years, $10,000. It was internet trolls from the rap game and then all the other ones. And then what they did, they offered her $10,000 to leave me, take my little daughter, and then put her in foster care. And then they use CPS to take your kid away from you because that's the ultimate way to destroy somebody. And that's what they're doing to Upchurch. Is they're trying to take his little daughter and split his family up, because how else can you get to the guy? Take away everything he loves. Right. And that's what they're doing. You know, that's why you see all that CPS shit, and that's part of the play. And then when they fuck around and take your kid, well, you start doing more stupider shit, and then they use that stupider, you know, you fighting for your kid, and then they use that to paint you as an angry person. It took me 2 years to get my little daughter home, and that's what they did to me. And then when you fight for your daughter, they go and say, oh, you got an anger problem. And, you know, millions of dollars will not fix that, because what they did, as soon as they get CPS to say, oh, Ryan Upchurch is an angry person, they order a mental health exam, and CPS can only use their doctors. And it takes 6 months for them to even get the mental health exam, if you're an angry person or not. And then in a time frame, they take your child away from you.
Wow.
Until they get somebody like a mental health expert to say you're not an angry person or a threat to your child. And so, I wish Ryan was watching this, because what he needs to do is sit down and keep that mouth shut, because you can't fight those CPS people, man. And the more you fight them, the more they paint you as an angry, out of control person. You know what I mean? And then they use that against you more and more. I'm telling you, these trolls are good, bro. And they will. I don't know the issue between Beth and them. I just know he's got that CPS going on. But it almost seems to me like they're trying to split him, his girlfriend, and his child up. And what ultimate way to destroy a man you hate than take away everything he fucking loves?
I do think that that's what they're trying to do 100%. I don't think that he should stop speaking on it, because I think that the more that he exposes them and shows that things are documented, they can't hide, right? And I haven't experienced the things that you've experienced, which I'm sorry that you went through that.
Here's the thing is, he'll win it, but they don't give a fuck about the winning. They just care about splitting your family. And as soon as CPS can convince a judge, and they did the same thing to me in court, they went and took clippets of videos, like Democrats do. They chop video clippets up and make somebody look like they did something that they didn't, and then makes it look 10 times worse. That's what they're going to do. So he gets on these live feeds and he gets angry and he voices his opinion.
Right. I think your phone froze. I think it froze.
Had me talking to a troll online, and they tried to play it off that I was talking to my ex, and so, I mean, the more he says online, the more they're going to clip it up. And the CPS people are snakes, man. They'll clip something up. Like I said, they clipped a video of me talking to a troll and portrayed it to the judge that I was talking to my ex, and gave me a year protection order from my ex off a video that I wasn't even talking to her on. So by him going online and speaking these cases, they're going to chop it up. Second of all, juvenile court is an automatic gag order. So, I mean, he is towing a fine line by even going online and mentioning in that court case, because a dickhead judge could say, hey, man, you're talking about a gagged order case. John, I mean, he's playing, man, I'm worried about Upchurch, man, because they're really hitting them where you can really get a guy that's not scared of the world. You can destroy that guy because you take his family. And that's what I want to say on it, man.
I understand. I fully, and I hear you. I wanted to speak on what you said, to where they did it to your family. What you saying is this the same trolls? They went after you and then had this done?
Well, this is what happened with me. It started out with Justin Crybaby Time, and he started trolling me. And you know how he would just, get on his live feeds and then make fun of people. And he would, so that started with that. And then by me defending myself against people like that, and in turn, it brought more trolls in. And then eventually you start getting more trolls, and then they start making awareness pages and then acting like you're some big threat to society. And then in return, you start, like me, I start defending myself. I don't give a shit, and then it's a downward hill, and everybody grabs onto that confrontation shit, especially these haters. They live for that shit. I don't know why, they can't find something better to do in life. Man, I'm telling you, it's a fine line. It's a fine line. And
No, I 100% get what you're saying.
yeah, I mean, and the thing with CPS, at that point, they don't give a shit if you're a music star or if you're some poor person living in a trailer. They're there to make you look as bad as they can so they can look as good as they can in the system so they can pad their resumes, you know, and it's like a simple thing as a mental health test, dude. It took 6 months to do a mental health exam that took 30 minutes to do. It took CPS 6 months. Purposely dragging their feet. Oh, we got to wait for funding. Oh, well, I'll pay for it. No, we got to wait for the funding. And they drag that shit out. And no matter how rich you are, I mean, I'm telling you, CPS is trying to keep him from that kid if they're involved. They want to win. And he's a perfect resume piece because he's big and famous.
Yeah, that's pretty jacked up.
Well, it's a messed up system, you know? And I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you kind of look at the CPS system and say, okay, if I'm a judge and somebody presented something to me and got me to think that dude, okay, maybe he's off his rocker. Well, you're going to drag it out so you can get a mental health exam. So the child's safe. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, it's about the child, but these CPS people are going to use that guy as, I mean, think of it, ultimate resume piece. Oh, I took Ryan Upchurch's kid. That's like major resume piece stuff. You know what I mean? I
get exactly what you're saying. And I do.
I mean, so I agree with what's your take? What's your take? I mean,
well, my take is I agree with most of your points. I do think that speaking about the case publicly, I don't think he should talk about it. I think he should still talk.
It's automatic gag order in juvenile court. And I remember those 2 years, dude. I wanted to talk so much, and it's like, okay, these people defaming me, they're discrediting me, they're taking things that I did on video and flipping and twisting them, and I can't even talk about it. You know what I mean? I couldn't even defend myself for 2 years because the minute you say one thing, they can flip it and say that you're violating the gag order of juvenile court, and boom, you'll never get your kid back at that point. You know, so man, it's a game that I learned. I had to do it for 2 years, and now I'm a single father with my little girl. The mama that ran off was supposed to get that $10,000 from the trolls. She never got a dime. Been through 30 dudes since then. So I mean, it worked out great. But it's, my God, dude, you're guilty until innocent system. And with him getting online, all he's doing is giving these CPS people and even the trolls things to up and clip up, and all they do, the judges don't have a lot of time. They're just going to show them a 30-second video, and the judge will have to make a decision, because that's how
I get what you're saying, like the aspect of him not speaking on the case or anything involving his family online, right? But I don't think he should stop speaking online in general.
Oh, no, I don't think so either. No, because, and I did the same thing. I cut back live feeds a lot, but I still made I made myself seen every now and then just so the trolls didn't think, well, we won, we got him silenced, So yeah, he should definitely get online more, but I don't, man, I'm telling you, he's barking up a tree, and that's what they want him to do. They know he's an outspoken person like I was, and they know, no, we'll get him that way, and I think that's their game plan. They want him to just slip and mess up one time, and then.
Let me ask you something. Do you think that the AI videos will be connected to this? You think that they're trying to do that so they can make him look bad for the courts?
I mean, think about it. They went to court on me, dude, and took a video of me calling some lady flappy VJ lips, and actually got the judge to think that I was talking to my ex. They let him hear the audio, but they didn't let him see the video. And then I'm in the court. I'm like, hey, look at the video, sir. And then they surrounded me with cops and told me if I said another word, I'd go to jail for contempt.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, Brian being rich, I had a public pretender, but him being rich, he might have a better lawyer, but I know how they silenced me as quick as I rose up and said something like, hey, that's a fake video. That was me talking to some lady troll. That wasn't me talking to my girl. But they didn't care. They didn't care. No, shut your fucking mouth. You go to jail.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, so.
No one should have to go through that.
So I do know this. I know, if you make AI generated content, like say I make I make music, and I use an AI generated song, but I sang the vocals, that's legal. But when you use totally AI generated, and then you're actually using an AI generated voice to make it sound like somebody else, and an AI generated character to look like somebody else, that's a crime. And that's been coded, at least in Tennessee, that's coded into a law here now that you can't use AI generated material to pass yourself off as somebody famous.
Or on YouTube, anyone at all, right? That's outside of legal. Just, are you allowed to do it on social media? But what you're saying too,
I think it's
100% is
state
illegal in certain
laws,
places.
but it might be terms of service you might be breaking or something. But as far as state laws, I think the laws defer by state. But I know Tennessee as a music state have looked forward to that. You know, people impersonating Randy Travis or something. You know, so they've gone in and made a law to protect that.
Yeah, 100%.
But Randy Travis, you look at Randy Travis. Randy Travis could make an AI generated song of him and his voice, and because he owns the likeness to that name and stuff, I believe that would be legal.
Yes, 100%. If he made it himself, but someone can't just make it of him with his face and then present it as if they're him or anything. Yeah,
I just think it's such a new law, though. I don't think you'd be able to go to the police and the warrant signer guy's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'll sign a warrant, you know, for it. Just because there's so much discrepancy. I don't know how. Maybe you probably have to handle it civilly right now. Probably
civilly would be the way to go, but social media itself, especially YouTube, they're rolling out, or they have rolled out rules for AI in general. Yeah. You can't do that. You can't make a page or videos with someone else's face or likeness. Like they just updated. I think there's a feature for it for each individual YouTuber to where you can hit the check button to make sure that they're searching for your likeness on other people's channels. So they can take it down even quicker. Yeah, but they send an alert.
But I just want to get on here and tell you what they've done to me and what the industry. I just want to get on here and give you my take of what the industry did to me. And I mean, I've been swatted probably 60 times, dude, by the police, dude, like crazy. And then I'd tell the police, like, hey, you're swatting me, get the fuck off my property. And then they treat me like the bad guy, you know? So I've been through it. And the ultimate thing that destroyed me was when they went and got CPS involved and then offered my girl $10,000 if she left me. They actually got my girl to leave me in that same day. She ditched my child in foster care. And then she ran off with the fucking troll guy and slept with him for a week. I mean, but that's what these trolls do. They get into people's mind. They make you go crazy. Hell, they got in my mind. I'm over here fighting to save my family, and I'm over here doing shit that I normally would never fucking do. So they get you to do shit that you normally wouldn't do, and then they can use that shit against you to make you look like you're the fucking problem. And it gets deep, dude. And that's why I'm saying Upchurch's best point is, listen, buddy, you're a millionaire. You got everything in the world you need. You got a precious daughter. You need to go sit down for a little bit and let this ride through, because if this is one of those things he tries to fight, fighting is going to be used to paint him as a mentally unstable or on drugs. I mean, they played that shit on me.
I think he definitely need to still fight, bro. He needs to keep fighting, and he don't need to sit down.
For 2 years, they tried to paint me as an alcoholic, dude. They would never even do an alcohol test on me, though. You know, so, and I see that with Upchurch. It's like they're painting him as a drug addict and all this, and you know, but they're not going to give him a chance to prove it. But anyways, I'm going to get off here, brother. I just want to share my experience just to add another layer and angle to what's going on. And, you know, I'm not telling you this is happening, but this has happened to people like me in the industry. And, you know, it might be the card they're trying to play on Upchurch to ultimately destroy him is, you know, let's get that kid took away and make the guy go crazy. You know?
Thank you for calling in, man.
Hey, no problem, brother. I enjoy your show. Keep the awareness going. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I will say that I agree that Upchurch shouldn't talk about the case involving his family or anything online, but I don't think he need to go sit down and not talk at all, right? Or sit down for a minute and stay off of social media. Nah, I don't think that that's something that you have to do. As well as, I think that he should continue doing his thing, speaking up. I just would leave certain matters that involve cases that are being dealt with. I wouldn't talk about that publicly. But I don't think that he should stop talking. I don't think that he should go sit down and not respond to, I guess, people talking crap or trying to roast him or whatever. He's a content creator. So now we're going to just handcuff content creators and be like, hey, you can't do your job because you might look bad. Nah, they're going to clip up whatever. They're going to probably try to clip up old stuff. They're making AI videos with this nigga right now. Cat's out the bag. They're already trying to destroy him. So yeah, I do think that if Upchurch wants to speak his mind about anything, he should. I think that when it comes to talking about the case, maybe not talk about it like blatantly and like with like, I guess, descriptions and vividly, you know, just maybe metaphors when it comes to cases that are currently being dealt with. But when it comes to, cases that are being dealt with involving family, outside of that, talk about whatever the hell you want. I don't think he should be afraid to speak his mind. But I understand what he's saying. I get it. I think that most of what he's saying does come from fear, though, because of his experiences and how dirty he was done, which was foul. Nobody should be done like that. Anybody else wants to call in, you're more than welcome to. Also, here's the thing that I was telling you about. YouTube is cracking down on this shit because, in case you didn't know, terms of service get updated on a regular basis, and you cannot impersonate somebody. You cannot make AI videos with their likeness and think that that shit is sweet. You can and will lose your channel, as well as every YouTuber is about to have the opportunity to be able to take videos down that use AI with them in it. So just so you guys can see that and know what's going down. Yes, but also a place of concern. 100%. Just I disagree with the he need to go sit down and not talk about it. That's the main thing I disagree with. The other stuff, I agree, but I still think he should be allowed to speak his mind, especially when they go on just AI a video of you saying something and you didn't even say it anyway. They're going to use AI videos to try to do it. They're already going to try to smear you and take you down. Ryan's always going to tell the truth. I agree. The poor person can't believe they went through that BS. Terrible people out there in these streets. Facts, though. No one should have to go through that at all. Upchurch is speaking the truth. No, nothing can change the truth. Facts. 100%. I thought you said somebody else was trying to call in. If not, it's okay. But that's what I was waiting for. Keep it rolling. Facts. Not just if you're famous. You can't do that to anyone. 100%. If I'm not mistaken, didn't that live streamer get arrested for that? Johnny Somalia or whatever? I think he got arrested for that because he took some video from like a live streamer and then I think did an AI video where they was kissing and they weren't in real life. In fact, I don't even think that person ever met him. But I think that's part of the charges that he got. It's hard to be quiet when you're being attacked from every direction. Yeah, 100%. I fully understand that. And I don't think that he should be quiet. If no one else is gonna call, I thought I seen somebody else saying that they wanted to call in. Yeah, I seen it right here. Somebody said, "How do I call your show?" You hit the link, but I'm not gonna wait longer than another minute because I want to talk about the next topic. But if anyone still wants to call in, here's the link. I might start doing a call-in show again, dedicated to just hearing, what you guys have to say. I'm trying, but I can't get in. Why? The link should work for everybody. Try it on a different browser. You should just be able to click the link and then it'll pop up. But yeah, it is hard to be quiet when everyone's trying to go after you. I guess somebody hacked my phone because it keeps saying shell and what? Shell and shock? I don't even know what that means, bro. Call a spade a spade. I don't even know what you're talking about. Simple as hitting the link. Or what you do is copy the link and then take it, put it in a browser that's on your phone and then press paste. That usually works. But if you can't call in, don't worry about it. It's not something that's mandatory. I just seen that somebody said they wanted to call in. So I was like, all right, let me hear what you got to say.